Hey y'all, welcome back. I'm Ashleen Seitz, writer, coach, goofball, excited to talk about another basic habit of writing. And this is a big one. Keep what you write. Just keep it. Keep it all. Keep every version. Keep every piece of something that you're like, I don't know, maybe this is just an idea. Maybe it's a whole novel. Maybe it's a series of YouTube videos. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. Great. Copy, paste, drop that somewhere for later. Keep it all, y'all. All right. So we all get frustrated at points, and just we can get to this point where we're like, I got writer's block. I don't know what to do. So don't panic. Use prevention. I know it's bad. Okay. So the ways that we keep things and where we keep things and what we keep can be a huge help in dealing with writer's block, in saying, okay, I don't know what to do right now. Browse through your ideas, browse through the things you've thrown away, the things that you were like, that was a little too dangerous or too angry or too whatever for me to publish, or this idea totally flopped. Then when you have writer's block, you can just go back to that and say, I'm going to figure this out. How am I going to use this? Okay. So find a place. This is my first thought. Find a place to keep your stuff. It could be Google Docs, could be Microsoft Word, could be a note in your phone. Whatever works for you, find a place to keep things. And you can drop ideas in there, just on bullet points. You can drop quotes in there. You can drop whatever you need to store in there. Or you can make separate, things and for versions or whatever. Just don't throw your content away. Don't do it. Find a place where you can save stuff and save it. I was recently applying for this freelance gig that had to do with writing a romance novel. I was pretty excited, actually. I'm bummed that I did not get the gig. But I had to provide an excerpt of a romance novel, and I hadn't written one. And so I went into the notes on my phone, and I ended up just scribbling things everywhere. They end up all over the place. I have blog drafts. I have book ideas in my Google Docs. I have stuff saved on a hard drive. I have stuff saved in my phone. I mean, it's just all over the place. So that I would not recommend that. I would have one place that you keep it that's accessible on your phone and on your laptop. But I never said I practice what I preach. So I went into the notes app on my phone and I pulled up this quote that it's not a real quote. It came out of my brain. But it was just so cheesy, so horribly cheesy. I'm going to pull it up while I'm talking. And it was just ridiculous. I mean, it didn't even make sense. Like, I didn't know I didn't know how I was going to use it or what I was going to use. And so, yeah, I don't know. Okay, here's the quote. Here's what I wrote. You are the sun. I am the morning star. Of course we are in love. So this is fate then? We have no choice? Then the response is, no. All are born into Earth's gravity, but we choose to stand, to run, to fly. You and I were born to shine. It may be God or fate who makes us so, but it is not fate who chooses to love. Okay, that's terrible. It's so bad. It's so cheesy. It reuses words. I mean, it's just dumb, but for whatever reason, it came to my mind, and so I wrote it down. And so then when I needed to write a romance novel excerpt, I pulled this out, and I just based the entire excerpt, the concept of the book that I was supposedly writing, I based it on that. And I was like, okay, well, there must be a character who just suddenly recites terrible poetry at weird times, and another character who's like, excuse me, what now? And so that's what I based this excerpt on. And my friend Corey keeps telling me I need to write the whole book, and maybe I will. We'll see if I can get to it. But I kept it, and I needed something like that. I needed inspiration for this romance novel, so I used it. So find a place to keep those out of the blue ideas. And especially the more you write, the more ideas you're going to end up having. The more creative you are, the more creative you are. That's just a known scientific fact. I don't know why, but it's true. And so keeping those out of the blue ideas, those random things that pop up, yeah, keep it. And then whenever you scrap something, you're like, that didn't work. Okay, maybe put this character in somewhere else. Not sure where that's going to fit. editing, just go through and be like, this whole paragraph needs to go, but I'm going to keep it for later just in case. And sometimes you're like, oh, that's never going to fit anywhere. And that's okay. If you're like, no, it's just bad, it just needs to go. Okay, all right, you can let it go. But for the most part, keep everything. And then definitely keep your receipts. Keep your versions of things, your drafts of things. I mean, I'm writing this crime novel right now, and I probably have 30 or so drafts of it saved. I send it to myself via email. I save it in Google Docs. I save it on my desktop. I have a couple of hard copies. I've just saved every version by date. So I just put the title and then the date. And I never know what I'm going to come back to, because you never know what you're going to be like, oh gosh, I changed that. And honestly, I liked it before the way it was. So keep your receipts. Always keep your writing. You don't want to lose your work anywhere. And it's just a good habit to save something multiple places. Just saying, in case you lose it. Just, crazier things have happened. All right. So always keep your writing. Keep what you write. Guys, it's tough. But it is an extra step that makes it totally worth it when you find something that you're like, oh God, yeah, I can reuse that. Awesome. Done. Moving on. All right. So that has been our habits series. Those are my thoughts on habits. We're going to jump into a new series on editing after this. I'm excited. Subscribe for more, for notifications on that. And then I always end with, what are you reading right now? I want to know what you're reading. I admit I'm not reading anything new at this moment, this week, because I've been binging Monk, the TV series, the old TV series about the OCD detective. It's such a great show, and the storytelling, it's so fun, and his character is just great. So I'm really enjoying that. You can give me your thoughts on that TV show if you want, but I'd also just love to hear what you're reading. Let me know. So, all right. Talk to you next time.